Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Adrian and today we're talking about Just Cause 3. Another week and another free game that I found for this channel. There are a lot of things that I needed to make a good game. You need good gameplay, engaging music, decent graphics, and a clear goal as to what you're trying to achieve. Now you could argue that Just Cause 3 has all that, but it also has a lot of... I love these kind of games that mix explosions and guns and modern warfare and ties it all together with a jokey attitude that doesn't take the game too seriously. I mean, the story kind of suggests otherwise, but I'm not really here for that. I'm playing this game to feel badass, and to be honest, we all want to feel a little badass, don't we? So let's talk it, let's get into it. Here's what I think of Just Cause 3. The mood of Just Cause 3 was set within the first few minutes. After a couple of minutes of backstory and a long-winded intro, you're thrown right into the action. Literally, the starting scene is you bombing your enemies from a helicopter. I mean, what a way to start a game. It's exciting, it's action-packed, and it's just a silly game. Honestly, this must be the funniest and most interesting start to a game I've played in years. You play as Rico Rodriguez, a hardcore badass who's out trying to liberate Medici, his hometown, from the grasp of DUMMIES. You team up with previous teammates to overthrow the evil dictator. You do this by liberating provinces across Medici to save your homeland. The entire game is based around this rebellion that you're involved in, and sets the scenes for an intense, action-packed, and wild experience. This is made extremely clear when you're just thrown into the deep end and expected to deal with it. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting much before I started playing, but soon enough I found myself completely hooked on this game. There's something about just getting to blow stuff up that makes me feel kind of badass. I'm having so much fun right now that I kinda wish I played the previous two games just so I could understand what's going on here. Okay, that's a lie. I just wanna blow shit up. Just Cause 3 has a couple of key mechanics that are used throughout your experience in the game, and they all link together very well. The first and probably the most important is the grappling hook. This is probably the staple of the Just Cause series, and it's a mechanic that I think has been very well polished. One of its main uses is to travel around the map at speed and maneuver around buildings and vehicles to get into better positions. This moved the Just Cause 3 world from a 2-dimensional plane to a 3-dimensional plane at will, and the grappling hook can be used almost anywhere. Not only that, there's also a feature where you can attach two objects to each other and pull them together, which is really just another way to cause absolute mayhem. The next mechanic is the parachute. Now in Just Cause 3, if you're playing it right and using your grappling hook basically everywhere, you're probably going to spend most of your time in the air, and that's where you'll need the parachute. It's obvious what it does, but it can also be used to survey your surroundings and slow down your movements when in mid-air combat. This is particularly useful when you want to liberate a province without getting hit by the ground troops, and allows for really cool action sequences throughout the game. And the last main mechanic is the wingsuit. You don't unlock this until later on, but it is well worth the wait. It's slightly different to the parachute in that you can't use any weapons with it, and you're really meant to glide from high ledges to attack your enemies. The key mechanics all involve transport, because this is an open world game, and to save Medici, you're going to need to get around. Speaking of which, I absolutely love how many vehicles you can use. There's sports cars, helicopters, airplanes, army vans, scooters, which is a bit less exciting, and they're all customizable as you complete missions to unlock them. Though if you don't feel like it, you can always play like GTA and just take whatever you like, which I find a bit more fun. There's also a huge array of guns and grenades you can choose from, and you can collect these on your missions or you have them dropped off to you by another rebel. Every asset of this game was made to make you cause as much carnage as possible, and I am totally okay with that. Now what truly makes this game, other than the insane gameplay, are the truly interesting characters. Firstly, there's Rico, the hard-hitting badass whose main concern is removing DUMMIES from power. Then you have Mario, a crazy lovable rebel and Rico's close friend who's desperate to save his homeland from falling. There's Dima, the brains behind the outfit and the quirky straight-faced scientist who created the grappling hook. Tom, who I think is literally here just to provide the guns, and they're all working to take down DUMMIES, the evil dictator who is just a little bit too enthusiastic. Behind all the bombs and guns and badass explosions, you need to realize that there is a beautiful country here that is in turmoil. The country of Medici's contrast between beauty and sadness is portrayed so well in this game and deserves a moment of pause to just take that in. There's a quote in the game that goes, "There's a difference between you look and you see. You look at Medici and she's beautiful. She's a jewel in the sun. But you see Medici and she's completely rotten." It's a bit philosophical, but it does show that there is another side to this story and that these characters are going through real troubles, which is not easy to portray, but the devs at Square Enix and Avalanche Studios have done a very good job to make it work so well. For all the raving I done about the game mechanics, it does have some technical issues. This is mainly my issue with the grappling hook. It can get pretty annoying when you're trying to grab onto one thing and then the other, but you end up grabbing onto neither. Like while I'm falling, sometimes the mechanic doesn't work, even though I'm sure it's meant to grab onto basically anything. It becomes a whole other problem when you're surrounded by a lot of buildings. In the open areas it's a lot easier to deal with, but when you're not, it gets frustrating, even more so when the camera just decides to go completely out of control and you lose your bearings. But even so, at the start I thought, you know what, I can handle this. And then the upgrades came and it became even more complicated. When I wanted to pull, it would attach. When I wanted to attach, it would pull. It wasn't second nature at all. I like the mechanic, I really do, but the controls for it should have been made easier and not distinguishing between holding and pressing a button. It's really annoying because it's the little things that need to be tweaked on an already enjoyable game, but really, they should have been fixed. Going into the game, I wasn't expecting to have such a fun and enjoyable time. I didn't pay any attention to the series before, I didn't even know what it was about till I bought it, but now that I have, I know that I've missed out on a lot. Honestly, this game is so much fun and just such a good time. If you want to just pick up the controller and have a blast for a couple of hours, blowing stuff up and completing missions, then this game is for you. I love it when a game exceeds expectations, and Just Cause 3 has done just that. And that's it for today's video. If you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and tell what you guys think about Just Cause 3, or if there are any other games that you want to talk about in future videos. As always, if you're new, then hit that subscribe button, and also check out some of my other videos as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.